Good afternoon, hello, my name is Daniel and today is day one of me being a coached triathlete. I've been a triathlete for a few years, but I haven't been properly coached for several years, and I've started off exactly as I mean to go on, in that I had a lie-in this morning instead of swimming. I've been for a haircut at lunchtime instead of doing any training, but morale over training, right? Jokes aside, I am on plan. Tonight is a bike session and a swim session. I'm going to cover those in shortly. However, I just want to show you this. How ready for adventure does this look like? I've got 3 bottles on my bike, so I'm riding at least 20 miles. Got a lot of adventure planned in the next 2 or 3 weeks, of which I'm going to try and make a cool video about, which might not come out for a few weeks afterwards, but I think this bike is pretty much ready to go. Sealant topped up, bags on, bottles on, spares vaguely in mind, lighting system sorted, going on an adventure. I am also, as it is the end of the year, and I'm unlikely to use this or my time trial bike for the rest of the year. This I'll probably strip down, do a bit of maintenance on. It's pretty much okay, to be honest, but I'll probably just swap the bottom bracket, check the headset bearing, and just generally strip it down and clean it. I don't intend on swapping this over winter. This for me is a perfect crit bike. I might do a separate video on this actually. But my time trial bike, I am umming and ahhing about. So I'm going to clean it and see what happens in the next few weeks. If you are seriously interested in a large frame felt IA1, I'll probably sell it in bits depending on what I replace it with. Let me know, but it's just a thought at the minute. But anyway, got an afternoon of work to finish, and then I'm going to get on the turbo because it is raining outside, and I've got a structured interval session to do, so let's go. Okay, so time to actually get some training done. I need to get better at getting straight on the bike when I finish work. It's 5:45. I've just sat around for half an hour, 40 minutes, just faffing. I need to get on the bike, get this sort of stuff done, so that I have more of an evening left. So tonight's training session is essentially 40 20s, which looks something like that if you don't know what they are. So I've got a nice warm up, and then I've got some short bursts, and then 40 seconds hard, 20 seconds easy, times 10, 5 minutes recovery, 30 and 30 for 30 seconds hard, 30 seconds easy, times 10, 5 minutes recovery, and then the same thing but the opposite way around, so 40 seconds easy, 20 second hard. All of the hard bits is at 390 watts. This is a bit of like a bit of a finger in the air at this stage. I feel like my threshold is around 350, 360, so that's what we're working with. I'm going to be doing some testing in the next few weeks, but I feel like this is roughly there or thereabouts, and this isn't that difficult of a session, or it shouldn't be, so we'll see how we go. Let's get on the bike and get pedaling. So although this is like my first session of the winter block, I'm actually feeling pretty okay on the bike at the minute. I've had 2 or 3 weeks of not a huge amount of volume. I've still had the intensity there, a couple of hard club rides, 2 road races. So I'm feeling in a good position, like I can build on that going into winter. What I have done is really let my running slide, but that's planned. That's the end of season break. That's that freshening up. That will come back and build back up over the next few weeks. This sort of training is what I'm really focusing on this winter. High intensity biking. This is where it makes a difference for me in crits and road races. It doesn't matter what power you can hold for an hour. It matters what you can do for a minute, and then 2 minutes easier, then a minute again, and then 10 second sprint. Like, it's that short fire, on, off, on, off, on, off, that I need to be better at if I want some more success on the road, and I do. So that's what this winter's going to be about. I'm not completely cast into one side training for triathlon, but I'm definitely going to be focusing on, you know, how do I win bike races basically. So we'll give it a good crack. Sessions like this are going to be the bread and butter. Warm up done, 1 minute before the first block starts. The set is stick to the numbers until the last set. If I feel good, push on. Free rein to push on. We'll see if I'm going to take that up first. I'm enjoying this already. A little bit of structure, a little bit of intensity. Come on. And I'm not using erg mode, I'm just using the gears, so it takes me a little bit of time to get used to what the power is versus what the feeling is. But I find that the more indoor training I do, the more used to that I get. And I much prefer riding in geared mode than erg mode, just because of how it feels. 30 seconds until the last block. I feel really good, to be honest. It's been intense at times, but not that hard. So I'm going to press on a little bit in this last one, but not stupid. I have, however, made like a schoolboy error, which I'll talk about at the end. Let's get this last block done. Sponsored by Aldi Squash. Session done and dusted. That was good. Okay, the bottom of the bottle cage. It was difficult, but not that difficult. Feels good to be training with some sort of purpose already. If I was just doing this myself, I might have just done an hour zone 2, which sometimes is good training, but for what I'm training specifically for, probably isn't. 2 Zwift related things before I forget. One of which, next Tuesday, which is Tuesday the 26th of September, I'm fairly certain I'm going to live stream a Zwift team time trial that I'm doing with my cycling club buddies. They've all been doing the Zwift Racing League over the last few weeks. I've not quite made the team, but there are a couple of people short for next week, and it's a team time trial, so I'm going to get stuck in. I'm going to try and get Discord set up. I think that could be quite good for you to hear the comms and see the racing live, if I can get it all working. I need to sort out the wide internet here and blah blah. I'm hoping to get that sorted. And separately, in the description down below, there is a link to a Zwift club, the TriathlonDan Zwift club. I'm not trying to make this a massive thing, but I'm going to be doing some group rides and group workouts over winter, all completely free, all just with the aim of us doing some sort of training together. Of course, we can talk on the companion app whilst we're riding and stuff. I think it's a great way for me to connect with you guys and girls, and for us to get some training done. I think it's a really useful tool to be able to do that. So I don't know what those sessions will look like yet in terms of when they are or what they will be. Perhaps they'll be on like a Monday and Wednesday or Thursday night. I don't really know at the minute, but if you join the group, I'll post something in the group when I know what it's going to look like. Sound okay? Okay. Thank you very much in advance. Hit subscribe if you're not already down below. Is that enough things for you to do tonight? And I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'm going for a swim later on tonight, but I need to finish this video before I go. It's going to be about 2.5k, made up of a little pyramid interval session and a little bit of technique work as well. I'm going to do some separate videos on my swimming, where I'm actually going to get to the pool with a guy to analyse my stroke and do some swimming and make a video about it, so I can try and share how I'm hopefully going to get better at swimming. Thanks for watching. See you later.